Welcome, everybody. My name is Michael, and today we're discussing about Richard Hart from Hex getting hit with multiple charges, of which the community is very ecstatic about. They're saying this is the first one the SEC got right. And we have another intelligent gentleman who is being charged with a $200 million scam with cryptocurrency. And then there was a couple other scams in the news this week, but those are really the two big ones. So how not to run a cryptocurrency project. We all make mistakes, that's life, we're human. But sometimes we make some pretty big mistakes that can land you in prison. So let's get into it. So first off, starting with Richard Hart and Hex. Jesus. This is a project that could potentially be a scam, and if not, there was definitely certain shady aspects to it. Richard Hart is quite a character. There was a lot of hype regarding this project at one point, and he's charged with illegally raising over $1 billion through unregistered cryptocurrency offerings and misappropriating funds. What is interesting is Mr. Richard Hart, as he was known on the internet, is actually named Richard Schuler. So the Securities and Exchange Commission, for the first time with a round of applause, is targeting people who actually might be involved in shady stuff. Because in this report, he's charged with misappropriating $12.1 million to support a luxury-filled lifestyle. So that includes exotic sports cars, 6- and 7-figure Rolex watches, and a 555-carat black diamond. Wow. Talk about that when you're trying to propose next time. Hey, honey, here's a 0.8 carat diamond ring. Well, I saw this crypto YouTuber had a 555 carat. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So the SEC claims investors were told to expect an average annual return of 38% in the form of additional Hex tokens. Well, there's no guarantees in life. Just as in car sales, I say I cannot guarantee an interest rate. I cannot guarantee that this is what the price will be tomorrow. I can't guarantee that there's going to be better inventory. Nobody knows. Really, it's luck of the draw. Same thing with cryptocurrency, even more so. Nobody can guarantee where the price of a token will be, what will happen with Bitcoin, and what will happen with APR investing returns. Hey, I guarantee it's going to be 5%, 10%, 15%. Maybe you could guarantee 1%. Even then, it's tough to guarantee something, but something a little realistic. 38% is well above any averages out there. Anything really above a couple percent, anything that's starting to beat inflation, you have to really look at that and actually investigate and determine, is this legitimate? Because most likely it's not. Or at least, even if it's working for now, it's sketchy and it may stop working this next year or 2 years from now, and you'll be out a bunch of money. So Mr. Schuler was attempted to be reached through the company's social media platforms, and he was unsuccessfully heard back from, as in he didn't respond to a lot of journalists. So, other than Mr. Richard Hart being charged with multiple things and everybody cheering, there was a $10.8 million judgment in July in Texas. A couple $10.8 million judgment secured by their home state of Arkansas Attorney General's office. Mr. Marlon Moore, also known as DJ ASAP, and his wife LaShonda will pay into a state-administered fund. It will be used to provide refunds to nearly 8,000 consumers. Meanwhile, he's been banned by the FTC, and Arkansas has banned him permanently from creating another multi-level marketing business and the one that he was involved in. The Moores, who are of African-American descent, promised other black investors looking to build generational wealth that they have struck gold. You can have returns as high as... See, this is what we talked about with the guarantees. 38% seems like nothing here, which, by the way, anytime in car sales in the state of Illinois, you're signing for a document, hey, I'm going to be purchasing this car. In the state of Illinois, the maximum you can get charged is 36%. The reason that happened is a couple of years ago, there was a bunch of payday loans going up to a couple 100%. Well, in this case, these guys were promising guarantees up to 800%, way higher than most payday loans and all this. I mean, that's just, insane. So if they joined the Blessing Loom, it was obviously a pyramid scheme. So on to the next one. Mr. Eddie Alexander. This was a New Yorker with Haitian roots. He solicited $262 million from many black investors as well. Again, this is a common problem, and it goes for any community. It could be the Polish community, the American community, the African-American community. It could be Asian community. It could be whatever. You are, I don't know, you've been born in the year 1998. Hey, come on and join us. 1998 is a special year. We're offering 10% guarantee. Boom, it's a scam. So he developed a proprietary trading system called M&A-FX. This is going to invest cryptocurrency in foreign exchange markets every week. And it would guarantee, another guarantee, results of at least 5%. This one's a lot more legitimate, 5%. But again, here comes that guarantee, and $262.5 million was scammed. But 5%. 5% of what? It wasn't annual. It was weekly. Whoa! Yeah, there comes the kicker. It was weekly, 5%, an investment club platform. And a photo obtained by the Federal Bureau of Investigation showed a whiteboard in the office that had the following wording: never less than 5%, never more than 9.98%, which, that's why I called him a genius. He pled guilty to 1 count of commodities fraud. He's been sentenced to 9 years in prison. The problem is, you don't want to do any incriminating evidence like that. How could you guarantee both sides? How could you guarantee one side? This is how much you're going to make. Never less than 5%, unless you're losing money, which obviously this guy didn't lose money. He made a bunch of money for himself. You know, he cashed it out, another luxury lifestyle. But you can't guarantee that it's never going to go up past 9.98% and never between this, because that means you're pocketing the rest. And if that was mentioned, great, but it's not mentioned. So the FBI says he ran a crypto Ponzi scheme. A lot of investors are refusing to believe it because, well, they lost money. They're never gonna believe that. A gentleman said, I took out at least 4 loans from different banks to make sure the dream he was talking about. As a family, we were ready. We believe in this guy. We believe in our CEO. He's a very good guy, a great guy. We never met somebody like that. Very down to earth, very respectful, transparent, with a lot of charisma. Okay. Wow. That's one big supporter right there. I'd like to have somebody like that. Man, that's pretty crazy. That's because this guy was kind of like a cult pastor type. You know, he would dress up with like the little bow tie, and M&A-FX is your sure path to financial freedom. The website promised, well, it was 100% a Ponzi scheme. So $14.7 million was misdirected and sent straight to his personal bank account. And he also said in the federal complaint, Alexander stated that if an investor invested $100,000, they would be a millionaire, guaranteed within 2 to 3 years. Wow, that's pretty bold. Wow. These guarantees are coming from, I don't know. But anyways, 62,000 people fell towards Mr. Alexander's scheme, and more than 11,000 people have so far signed a petition defending him, many offering prayers for Alexander. Wow. Wow. Another investor wrote, I will continue to pray for him with God by his side. He will come out victorious from this setup. I believe the government is wrong. They don't like to see black people do nothing for themselves. I signed this petition because the CEO is innocent. This is pure racism. Wow. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's called denial. You lost a lot of money. You cling on to that last ray of hope that, yes, we still have some money. Honey, don't worry. I know I took out 4 loans, but we're not screwed yet. I know he's been charged and, you know, facing 9 years in prison and whatnot, but we're okay. It's not like this has ever been done before in history, right? Only a couple thousand times. So with that said, that's pretty crazy. There was a bunch of other schemes, but just this past week. Pretty insane. I mean, wow, I'd love to have some supporters like that. Not for scam purposes, but for legitimate purposes. But I mean, this just proves the point that some people out there, I lost a lot of money being really silly in the investment markets, but that just takes the cake. That just takes the cake. Anyways, thanks for watching. You have a good rest of your day. Take care.